Are you feeling, perhaps, that your strength is subtly slipping away now that you're past 60? It's often insidious, isn't it, that little extra effort just to stand up? And what if those statistics are right? The American Geriatric Society suggesting over 30%, maybe even half of us, are affected. Here's the kicker. What if your usual healthy diet isn't cutting it, or worse, could actually be accelerating this decline for like 70 to 75% of people? Wow, that's a worrying thought. We think we're doing the right things, right? And look, ignoring this isn't just about feeling a bit weaker. It's serious. We're talking increased risks of falls, even links to things like Alzheimer's, heart disease, type 2 diabetes. It's about keeping your independence, your life truly yours. Absolutely, those subtle signs can be the early warnings of something much bigger impacting your quality of life down the line. It truly demands attention. So that's why we're doing this. This isn't just another health segment, okay? This is the deep dive. We've dug into the latest information, looked at some really interesting insights from channels like Health Book and Renewed Life. Yes, they have some excellent insights to truly pull out the crucial bits. Our mission today, to show you some surprisingly simple, totally natural solutions. We're talking specific fruits, okay, interesting, yes, fruits that can genuinely help you stop or at least slow down that muscle wasting and even help you build back some strength, naturally. It's about taking action now. And what's great, based on what we saw, is that it's not about some massive, complicated diet change. Not at all. It's about adding specific things, harnessing the power that's already in these fruits. Easy additions. Exactly. So, are you ready to jump in and find these natural powerhouses? Let's do it. The unsung heroes. 7 fruits for muscle rejuvenation. Where do we start? 1. Prunes. The muscle guardian. Okay, first up, prunes. Prunes. I think I know where most people's minds go with prunes. Yeah, digestion. Right. We all know that one. But get this. These could actually be a secret weapon for your muscles as you get older. Really? How so? They are absolutely packed with potassium. We're talking serious amounts, like over 700 milligrams in just 3 or 4 prunes. Wow. Okay. And potassium is key for muscles, totally. It's crucial for making muscles contract properly, for nerve signals. Basically, it helps your muscles fire like they should. It helps prevent those annoying cramps too, right? The spark plug for the muscles, you could say. Keeping things firing correctly is fundamental for strength and just moving around easily. But wait, there's more. Prunes also have these things called phenolic compounds, right? They're powerful antioxidants. They fight off chronic inflammation, which is a big, sneaky reason muscles start breaking down as we age. Inflammation, that hidden enemy, exactly. And they've got vitamin K too, which is great for bone density. Stronger bones, less fracture risk, definitely important. So prunes are hitting multiple targets then. Electrolytes with the potassium, fighting inflammation, even helping bones. It's all connected for keeping us mobile. You got it? And check this out. Research from Tufts University suggests that just getting enough potassium regularly could cut muscle weakness in older adults by up to a third, 33%. That's huge, just from potassium. Seems like it plays a massive role. So how do we actually get these benefits? Well, the good news is, it sounds really simple. Like you said, just 3 or 4 prunes a day. That's it. That's what the sources suggest. You can just toss them into oatmeal, mix them with Greek yogurt, blend them in a smoothie. Super easy. Dead simple. And here's a neat little tip from one of the videos. Apparently soaking them overnight can actually boost the antioxidant levels and make them even easier on digestion. Oh, interesting. Soaking them. Okay, so quick recap on prunes. Forget just digestion. Think muscle protection, potassium, antioxidants, vitamin K, just a few a day. Easy win. Definitely sounds like an underrated powerhouse. 2. Red grapes, circulation boosters. Okay, next up, something probably in your kitchen right now. Red grapes. Oh, red grapes. Very common, very popular. But muscle benefits, yep. Surprising power in these little guys. The sources really highlighted resveratrol. Resveratrol, right, the antioxidant everyone talks about with red wine and grapes. Exactly. And it acts like a bodyguard for your muscle tissue. Protects it from oxidative stress, cellular damage. so it shields the muscles from that wear and tear that happens over time. Pretty much. It helps neutralize those damaging free radicals. But what's also really cool is how it boosts blood circulation. Okay. And better blood flow means ... means better delivery of nutrients to your muscles. Especially important after you've been active. Helps them recover and rebuild faster, like a super fast delivery service for muscle fuel and repair. Gotcha. Premium fuel delivery. And you mentioned the skin earlier. Is that important? Absolutely crucial. The skin is where lots of the good stuff is, including flavonoids. Flavonoids, another type of beneficial compound. Yeah. Also great at reducing that chronic, low-level inflammation that can just slowly chip away at muscle strength without you even realizing it. Yeah. Okay. So definitely eat the skin. What about the seeds? I think one source mentioned chewing them. Yeah, it did. Apparently the seeds have resveratrol too, so chewing them releases a bit more. Might give you an extra little boost. Interesting. Worth a try, maybe. And was there any research on how much to eat? Yeah, NIH research mentioned suggests around 200 grams, that's about a cup daily. Doing that could significantly boost antioxidant defenses and potentially cut age-related muscle loss by up to 20% in adults over 60, 20%, just from a cup of grapes a day. That's pretty remarkable, isn't it? Seems like it plays a massive role. So any specific types better than others? Well, the general advice is to go for the darker, thicker-skinned varieties. They tend to have higher concentrations of these beneficial compounds. Makes sense. Darker means more pigment, more goodies. Exactly. And like we said, don't spit out those seeds. Maybe toss them in a salad or freeze them for a cool, healthy snack. Lots of ways. Okay. So red grapes, common fruit, uncommon power. Resveratrol, flavonoids, better circulation. Go dark, eat the skin, maybe chew the seeds. Another good one, 3. Padron peppers, mild spice, major benefits. Definitely ready for something maybe a bit less common. Let's hear it. Padron peppers. Padron peppers, like the little green ones you get as tapas. Usually mild, sometimes surprisingly hot. Those are the ones. Often just seen as a tasty bite, but the sources suggest they could be unexpected allies for muscle health. Okay, I'm intrigued. What's their secret? 2 main things. Vitamin C and capsaicin. Capsaicin, isn't that the heat compound? But padrons are mostly mild. They are usually, but even in mild amounts, capsaicin has this great effect of stimulating blood flow. Oh, circulation again. Like the grapes. Exactly. Better blood flow equals better oxygen and nutrient delivery to the muscles. Helps with recovery, keeps them healthier overall. Makes total sense. Like opening up the delivery routes. And vitamin C. Huge antioxidant power there. Protects muscle cells from damage. And get this, just 100 grams of padron peppers can give you over 130% of the daily vitamin C needed for adults over 50. Wow, that's a lot from a few little peppers, right? Plus vitamin C is essential for making collagen. Collagen helps keep muscles resilient, helps them repair. So these peppers are actively protecting and helping repair muscle tissue, not just a passive side dish. Exactly. So how should we eat them for these benefits? The suggestion was about 5 or 6 peppers, maybe sautéed in olive oil, about 3 times a week. Olive oil, does that help? Yeah, it helps absorb some of the nutrients better. And here's a nice little tip. Add a pinch of turmeric when you cook them. Turmeric for extra anti-inflammatory punch. You got it? Boost the benefits even more. Nice combo. Okay, padron peppers, mild spice, major muscle benefits. Vitamin C, capsaicin for blood flow. Sautéed in olive oil, maybe with turmeric. Sounds delicious, actually. It does. 4 arbutus berries. The wild healer. Now, ready to go really off the beaten path. Lay it on me. Arbutus berries, or sometimes called madrona berries. Arbutus madrona. Nope, never heard of them. Where do these come from? Mostly Pacific Northwest, California area. Definitely a hidden gem, according to the sources, especially for muscle strength and recovery as we age. Yeah, you won't find them everywhere. A hidden gem, okay. What makes them so special? It's this powerful trio. Vitamin C, flavonoids, and tannins. Okay, We've heard about vitamin C and flavonoids. What do tannins add? Tannins also help reduce inflammation and support recovery at the cellular level. So you've got the antioxidant protection from vitamin C, the circulation boost and vessel strengthening from flavonoids, and then inflammation reduction and cellular support from tannins. It's like a multi-pronged defense for aging muscles. A whole team working together. And the vitamin C level, was that high? Off the charts high? The data mentioned was up to 250 milligrams per 100 grams. Wait, hang on, 250 milligrams. That's more than double what you get in oranges. Wow, double oranges. That is serious antioxidant power. Huge for fighting that muscle wear and tear. Exactly. Really significant. So the big question, how do we even find these wonder berries and how do we eat them? Well, finding them might be the trickiest part. Maybe farmers markets in the regions where they grow, or foraging if you know what you're doing and it's allowed, right? Got to be careful with foraging, definitely. But if you do find them, the suggestion is simple. Just eat 4 or 5 fresh ones daily. Snack on them. Add them to a smoothie. One source even suggested making a sugar-free fruit spread. Okay. Arbutus or madrona berries. Wild, potent. Packed with vitamin C, flavonoids, tannins. A true secret weapon if you can track them down. Adding them to my must-find list. Good luck. 5. Yellow kiwi. The protein helper now. How about we come back to something a bit more accessible but with a twist? Yellow kiwi. Yellow kiwi. The golden one. I know the green one. Well, but is the yellow different for muscles? It seems so. The sources pointed out some key advantages. Higher vitamin C for one, but also this unique enzyme called actinidin. Actinidin. Never heard of that either. What does it do? Okay, this is really interesting. Actinidin helps your body break down protein more effectively during digestion. Break down protein. Why is that important? Because as we get older, sometimes our bodies become less efficient at digesting and using the protein we eat. It's sometimes called anabolic resistance. Actinidin basically helps you get more muscle-building mileage out of the protein you consume. Whoa! So it's like a natural booster for protein absorption. That sounds incredibly useful, especially later in life. Exactly. A potential game changer for making sure that protein actually gets used for muscle repair and growth. And the vitamin C is higher too, yep. Around 161 milligrams per 100 grams, which is nearly 180% of the daily recommendation for older adults. Plus, research suggests the antioxidants in yellow kiwi can cut oxidative stress in muscle tissue by up to 40%. 40% reduction in stress. That's massive. So better protein use and less damage. Powerful combo. Best way to eat them. The advice was maybe eating one in the morning, good for digestion and energy, and pairing it with walnuts and a bit of raw honey was suggested. Why that combo? Good mix for muscle repair support, energy, and more anti-inflammatory benefits from the honey and walnuts. Or just freeze them for a cool snack. Okay, yellow kiwi, sweeter, yes, but also a potential protein helper with actinidin, plus loads of vitamin C and antioxidants. Definitely grab me those next time. Makes sense. 6. Loquats, the backyard muscle builder. Now how about a fruit that might literally be growing in your backyard for some people? Loquats, loquats, those little orange-yellow fruits you see in early summer. Sweet, a bit tangy. That's them. Often overlooked. Maybe eaten seasonally, but the sources called them muscle-building powerhouses. Year-round potential. Muscle building. What's in them? They've got carotenoids for cell protection, potassium good for muscle contraction, again soluble fiber for digestion. But the real star seems to be acylic acid. Acylic acid. Okay, that sounds important. It really does. It's a plant compound that research, even cited by the American Heart Association, apparently suggests can help preserve muscle mass, maybe even build it, and potentially fight age-related muscle loss, improve strength and endurance too. Hold on, a fruit compound that might build muscle. That's pretty incredible news, isn't it? That goes beyond just protection. And there was another stat linked to them. Yeah. Regular loquat consumption was potentially linked to a 30% lower risk of sarcopenia. That's the severe muscle wasting. Wow, another big number, 30% lower risk. Okay, I'm sold on loquats. How many should we aim for? The suggestion was around 4 to 6 daily, especially maybe after some light activity. Okay. And how to eat them besides just fresh? One idea was making a sugar-free compote, maybe with cinnamon, lemon juice, and even a little drizzle of olive oil on top. Olive oil again. Interesting, for absorption presumably. Yeah. Enhances getting those good compounds. So loquats, backyard gem, azelaic acid for potential muscle building. Lowers sarcopenia risk. Need to find these when they're in season. Definitely. 7. Wild blackberries. Brain and brawn powerhouse. Okay, one more. Let's do one more. How about wild blackberries? Oh, blackberries. Another common one, but maybe underestimated, especially wild ones. Exactly. The sources highlighted them for both muscle and brain benefits in older adults. A double whammy. Brain benefits too. Okay, tell me more. They're packed with anthocyanins, those deep purple antioxidants, plus vitamin C and manganese. So more antioxidant power fighting stress. Vitamin C for repair. What does manganese do? Manganese is important for muscle recovery and energy production. So the whole package helps with muscle regeneration, fights inflammation, protects from damage. Makes sense. A good recovery blend. Any stats on their impact? Yeah. Research from the National Institute on Aging suggested about 100 grams daily, maybe 10 to 15 berries, could reduce muscle breakdown by up to 25% in people over 65. To 5% less breakdown. That's significant preservation. And the brain connection. That was really interesting. They seem to support the neuromuscular system. So potential improvements in things like memory and coordination. Coordination, which could directly link to reducing fall risk. Precisely. Better brain-body connection, potentially fewer falls. That's a huge benefit as we age. Absolutely huge. So easy ways to get more wild blackberries. Super simple stuff. Add them to oatmeal or yogurt. Blend them in smoothies, maybe with spinach and flaxseed oil for extra goodness. Or just freeze them, like the grapes or kiwi, for a cool drink or snack. Okay. Wild blackberries. Tiny berries. Big impact on muscle and brain. Anthocyanins, vitamin C, manganese. Reduce breakdown. Help coordination. Fantastic. Your path to lasting strength. So looking back at all these, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? It really is how these everyday or sometimes less common fruits have such specific, targeted ways of helping our muscles stay strong as we get older. Fighting inflammation, oxidative stress, improving blood flow, maybe even helping with protein use and rebuilding. It's complex support from simple sources. Okay, quick flyby recap then. We had prunes, the muscle guardian, not just digestion. Red grapes, circulation boosters. Padron peppers, mild spice, major benefits. Arbutus berries, the wild healer, if you can find them. Yellow kiwi, the protein absorption pro. Loquats, potential muscle builders from the backyard. And wild blackberries, brain and muscle power combined. Each one bringing something valuable to the table. And the key takeaway really is that you don't need to overhaul everything. No, not at all. The sources really emphasize consistency with small additions. Just picking 1 or 2 of these and making them a regular part of your diet can make a real difference over time. So, thinking about it now, which one jumps out at you? Which 1 or 2 might you try adding, starting, like, today? Or maybe you're already eating some and just realized how amazing they are for your muscles. It's worth considering, right? Definitely something to think about. We really hope this deep dive has given you some solid, actionable ideas, stuff that goes beyond just eat more fruit and gives you specifics grounded in the info we explored. Absolutely. Maybe we'll dive into some other muscle-friendly foods down the line. Who knows? But for today, the big message is this: you have power here. You do. Making these small, consistent choices, adding some of these incredible fruits to your plate, can genuinely impact your health, your energy, your freedom for years to come. It's about taking those proactive steps for long-term vitality. Exactly. So, here's to staying strong, staying active, and really living life fully.